breakfast puppies?
This podcast contains adult language and content and is meant for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to the Glitterbois Radical.
Fuck, they got it. Did you see the thing? They got it. They got it back. It's like my second favorite thing that they ever did, and they got it, and they got it back.
Oh, man, I feel like this week something happened to my life. This week and last week, really, because things were just kind of milquetoasted, in some ways a little frustrating. And then I remember at one point I was having a conversation with a friend about, man, sure would be neat if the Ninja Turtles came back. Like, if we could get that role-playing game, that'd be great. 2 days later, Ninja Turtles gets re-announced as coming back.
Yep.
And we mean the Palladium version, of course. You know who you're listening to, folks.
With all the other strangeness.
All of the other strangeness. So, what do y'all think about this?
So, wait a second. So you're claiming, though, because it was two days before, you're claiming you have the power. So I need you to say, I need a Rift's version of Space Battleship Yamato, and I just need you to kind of put that quietly out there.
Well, I mean, if I have all this power, I need you to, I don't know, like, sweeten the deal.
I mean, I have a couple dollars. I'm American.
I can cook for you again.
I need a Rift's version of Space Battleship Yamato.
I'm now crunching how to do that in my head.
Yeah, I need to get that, what is it, the wave motion gun?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're one of our listeners who hasn't heard, Palladium announced that they're doing a Kickstarter on October 31st for the re-release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness, plus all of its supplements in multiple covers.
You know what's also pretty awesome and fortuitous is the fact that we could not record last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we missed this. Yeah.
Because if we could not record last time, this message wouldn't be going out on time.
We might have had to call an emergency recording session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might have been over cell phones, but...
You know what's interesting, too, is like Eastman and Laird are doing it, aren't they?
Yeah.
I read that.
So what it is they're taking all of the original TMNT books, and these would be the ones, role-playing game books, the ones that Palladium put out that have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness on the cover. Mm-hmm. And they are releasing 2 omnibus editions. They're basically taking the books, dividing them in half, and doing X in the first book and X in the second as hardback books, with each book having 4 different variant covers.
Nice.
Which means I'm fucked.
Now, this is firsty?
This is the first edition.
Okay.
This is not a new edition. I think they're cleaning up some of the text, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is Yucatan, Avalon, Orbit, Roadhogs.
Mm-hmm.
Roadhogs, Transdimensional, and Hollywood.
Yeah.
Truckin' Turtles.
Yep.
And
Truckin'
Hollywood.
Turtles.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to include any of the After the Bomb stuff.
Yeah.
And, that kind of makes sense.
Which raises the question whether or not they will have mutants in orbit, because that was far more of an After the Bomb setting than... Because that was the one that was split, being After the Bomb / riffs.
Yep. Well, it doesn't really have anything that's Ninja Turtles focused in it. It's very much an After the Bomb book.
Yep.
Yeah, same with Avalon, though, right?
I don't know. On the cover of Avalon, what does it say? Does it say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness?
No, it says Palladium Books After the Bomb 5.
It might not be there, then.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Which is fine.
I'll survive.
Yeah.
As long as I know how to cowabunga, I know I'll be alive.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And the memes that have come pouring out of the community have been so many of crazy-eyed Michelangelo going, cowabunga it is.
Mm-hmm. Our community has been on point with this. I love the outpour of positivity that we've got.
Yep.
And I love that even the well-deserved criticism and insight into some of the past mistakes has been pretty upbeat.
Yep.
Like, I know that Palladium has in the past, there have been problems with some of their Kickstarters, but the last one was solid. Titan Robotics is a solid book, and every single one of their promises was delivered. And I'm glad that Sean
and bonuses.
Oh yeah. I'm glad that Sean is there helping out and helping push all of this forward.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy with this announcement, guys. I'm ready. I am vibrating with joy.
He's pawing at the screen. You can't see this, but we're on a call and I can see him like reaching to the camera.
So they haven't announced everything about the Kickstarter yet, et cetera, but I want there to be a stretch goal that has Terror Bear plushies.
Sean and Kevin, you heard it here first. Make that happen. Terror Bears. Oh my God, I would love the Terror Bears on my shelf. Yep.
So this is a real unique opportunity too, because this is interesting. This dropped right about when I was 14. Back in the day, we're talking prime role playing.
Yep.
And there was, my friend group had one copy, and we devoured it. We played the hell out of it.
Oh yeah.
And that means right now there is a child just entering their teen years who has no idea what's about to happen to them.
I've heard, read, seen so many people with similar stories about this game in particular. There's a huge number of people who got started in role playing with Ninja Turtles, the role playing game.
Yeah, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's weird is I came to Ninja Turtles, the role playing game. I'd been role playing long time before then, but how I came to it was I was a fan of the comic books, and my public library had a comic book section.
Mine did too.
And I was going through the box that had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness the original TMNT black and white comics in there, looking for an issue I hadn't found yet. And someone had misfiled TMNT and Other Strangeness, thinking it was a graphic novel because they'd throw graphic novels in there as well. And so I found it, and I'm like, what is this thing? I am familiar with the Palladiums.
Oh man, that's wonderful. I didn't have the same report or the same experience with my library, but I did as a tween and teen when Barnes and Noble first came to my hometown. I remember they had and Books A Million, which we had before that, but I remember they had like a games section, and it was all like books on master chess strategies and
backgammon,
how to be good at backgammon and 5,000 card games you can play at home or something. And every now and then I would find that someone had misfiled a D&D book and then right in between, like Poker Strategies and Chess Master Pro, or they had put like a Palladium book in the graphic novels section.
You know how when you do something that's successful, it imprints on your DNA and you always kind of have that again?
Yeah.
Is this the story of how you became a mutant?
No, but this is the story of how I also once found a D&D book put there, and I've looked ever since, and that was like the only one I've ever found. But it's like, brain food can be found here. Must hit every used bookstore in order to find more.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember going to Books A Million and Barnes and Noble, and they had like a shelf that had some RPGs. And at the time it was like Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah.
That was because at the point, nobody played D&D anymore. Everybody played Vampire. So Vampire, it was all the White Wolf games. And I'd be like, man, they've got to have something else. They got to have something else. And I would look in the graphic novel section, and there was something misfiled from like Palladium or somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm just really happy this is happening.
Yeah. No, this is a great time to be alive.
Yeah. I've made a few posts around. I think this is a great time, not just to be alive. Like, there's shit happening in the world, but you know what? I'm a Palladium fan and it's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be a Palladium fan.
Is your life dull? Are you being oppressed by your government? Play Palladium. We got you.
Well, we got you, fam.
You know, it's so wild though. Like a lot of the kings and queens, the high ranking games of the 90s are going through a resurgence. Vampire the Masquerade is. It's really interesting what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The Palladium approach that they've taken in the last couple years of grabbing one of their old original books, slapping a very, very, very nice foil hardback cover on it with a special version of one of the pieces of art. I love what they have been doing with this because it's getting a lot more people to come back and see their stuff. And, you know, I will be the first to say that you can pick up a Palladium book and be absolutely mystified at how the fuck you're supposed to play this game. But those sweet, sweet covers really help. You know, like you just see one of those covers and yeah, I'm speaking through the lens of nostalgia here. But when I see one of those covers, I love the foil cover, the very simple contrast of black and gold or black and red. And it's not even really a Palladium thing. Honestly, the first game book I ever owned that did that was that fucking copy of Dungeon Crawl Classics over there that does the same thing. It's just a black and gold foil. And it just grabs my imagination in ways like a wizard tattooed on the side of a van or something. It's wonderful.
It's because it's a tome. It's a tome.
Palladium, the van art of role-playing games.
Yeah. I like that they have now finally done it for Ninja Turtles, and they've got 4 variant art covers, and they've got 3, if not 4 artists doing them. I forget who the other ones that they said were. Yeah. People on the forums have been, not the forums, people on our Discord have been sharing this information with us. And wonderful thank you to everyone who has gone out there and been gathering this stuff and bringing it to me because I can't get enough. Nom, 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 nom. Give me more.
There is we'll take a moment to use the platform though. There is a misconception that I've been dealing with a lot out there. And that was Palladium lost the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Palladium never lost the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And we've covered this before, but just to put it back out there, when the cartoon came out, the coolness kind of went away. It became a kid's thing, and they all agreed that, you know, it wasn't selling, so they slowed it down.
Yep.
We've all grown up. We all have so much love for the franchise and the property and the IP in all of its forms. And I'm so glad to see it back. But to set the record straight, Palladium did not lose anything.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that depending upon your interpretation of the word lose, I think everybody lost something that day.
Yeah.
But I guess their catalog lost a little something and the magic died a little bit. But I was having a chat with somebody on Reddit about this very subject in the last couple days. And I remember their comment was along the lines of, well, I was really interested in this, but I hope they can make a version with a little bit less of a focus on violence. I'm like, you're the reason. You are the reason. But I didn't say that. No. I just, funny story.
You have to help the baby birds along sometimes. You can't always step on them.
I know. You got to nurture them and turn them into awesome gamers who think like you.
Yeah. Because that is correct think. That is proper thought.
Yes. So this may be, I've only gotten hints and tastes of the things to come, but just imagining it, this may be the first Kickstarter that I ever just go all in on. Like I just scroll.
Oh yeah.
When you open the page, I'm just going to scroll down until I've reached the end of the rewards and hit that one.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say purchase button goes.
Yeah. No, there's some Kickstarters I've backed within a minute of it going up, but
yeah,
this one is one that I'm going to make a special alarm.
October 31st, we're all going to be hitting refresh.
Yeah. Well, folks, final thoughts on this?
want to see more. I want them to revisit these things. I want them all to come out in foils. I love the paper printing. I love the cheap covers and the perfect covers, but I also really like excuse me, let me reach by my history of the universe and pull down this leather minted frame of, oh yes, this is Palladium's After the Bomb with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, these are the Grey Poupon of RPGs.
Yeah. I love it. I'm so glad.
Yeah, I'm really, really glad that things like this are happening, that Palladium is able to reach back into quote unquote the back catalog and pull forward great games. Other game companies are starting to do this as well, but Palladium chose an awesome one to really reach in and grab. And there's so many fond memories for me here that I am looking real forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah. They do have a lifespan. The perfect covers have survived and they show a lot. But like these will be able to be passed on, you know?
Yeah.
Like
This is such a momentous thing that we really should maybe figure out some other fun things to do with it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really should.
We really should.
I mean, I could think of a couple of guys that who are usually up to no good and making trouble in the neighborhood that we should get back on and maybe talk about, I don't know, our choir practice.
Oh, yeah. Choir practice. That'd
choir
be cool.
practice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should absolutely do that. Send them a message by elephant mail.
One special note, though, is I don't think we have emphasized how awesome these books are going to be. They're remastering all of the art, including the book is going to be in full color. So all of that black and white artwork in the original books is now going to be full color. I think that that they have brought in Mike Majestic on involved in this process. That's a name that I just remember reading about an hour ago that I was like, yeah, that's a cool name. I know that Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird are coming in. Wow. Or, the East Warehouse on Laird Island. Sorry, that movie, Bossa Nova, burned into my brain.
Chevy Nova? Excellent.
Save me.
Yeah, I am literally right now playing a game of replaying Fallout 4 as Casey Jones.
There's nothing wrong with that.
All I use is a baseball bat and a hockey stick. I refuse to use a gun. It's wonderful.
Heroes
Hockey
Unlimited
stick is the perfect weapon.
7th edition Vigilante class.
7th edition.
Or sorry, not 7th edition.
What the
7th
fuck?
printing. 7th printing. I misspoke.
I thought
7th
you were a
printing.
time traveler.
You've accused me of worse.
Yes. Okay. I think we're just rambling at this point. Or no, I'm just rambling at this point. Yeah.
We are, but I think in the show notes of this, we should include a link to both the Kickstarter, if we can get that, and to what the new covers look like throughout the Shadow Chronicles just the riffs, just because they're such impressive books.
Or just, the Palladium fantasy one. Gotta change my pants thinking about it. It's wonderful. Yeah. Well, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original role-playing game, is being re-released on Kickstarter, and that Kickstarter is launching on October 31st of this year, 2023. You should follow it. We will have a link to the preview in the show notes, or you can drop by our Discord and enjoy the wonderful, glorious praising conversation that we have about how goddamn awesome the Ninja Turtles were and how awesome this game was and how we're all excited that it's coming back.
Yeah, there was a limited number.
Yeah. Jacob, you were just telling me before this that you had a problem acquiring a copy of the original rules.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll share this story quick. When the announcement came, for reasons that we'll get into at some other point, I decided it was time for me to reacquire a hard copy of the book. And I was out there on ABE Books and a couple other sites trying to pick one up. And I'd put one in my basket, and as I was going to check out the basket, it was saying item no longer available. And in some cases, I would see the exact same item suddenly be reposted by the seller at like twice the price.
Oh man, I just had an idea. What if we acquire multiple copies of this and give them out as prizes?
Ooh.
Possibly signed by the three tenors.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. This could be fun. Yeah. We'll think on it.
Wait a second. Were there only 3? I thought there was someone else going to sit in on that.
That's a surprise character coming in. Yep.
And I don't know what all y'all are talking about here either. I mean, I know the 3 tenors. I listened to episodes 100 and 101 of the Glitterbois, where we did our first roll through. You all did your first roll through.
You know, the funny thing is, within an hour of that announcement going live, I got the email notification that both of those episodes got a shitload more listens. It's like, oh, I wonder why. It's like, oh,
well, we've reached this point where we've covered some ground, you know?
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us in our admittedly nostalgia laden, but also extremely hopeful, just freeform discussion about the Ninja Turtles role-playing game. If you, dear listener, are one of the many wonderful people who got into this hobby through the Ninja Turtles role-playing game, or if you're not and just think it's really awesome, drop by our Discord and join in the conversation. We'd love to have you.
We'd always love to have you in our Discord.
Yeah. Even if you're not really into Ninja Turtles, you know, if you're one of those weirdo Robotech people, you can you're welcome to come and hang out too. Just, you know.
Hell, you can come over and chat Recon in the corner with me.
That's the creepy corner conversation. It's like, oh, hey, you like Recon? Come over here.
I got a claymore for you, baby.
Uncle Jacob slowly opens his trench coat.
There's just a line of claymores.
Oh, man. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll catch you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Starships, magic, mystic martial arts, romance. All of these can be found in A Cloak of Blades by Isaac Scher. You might have heard my name before. I've done a lot of voiceover work for Breakfast Puppies, and I've recently released my first novel. It's available on Amazon as an ebook and paperback, and you can get it for free if you have a Kindle Unlimited subscription. I do hope you'll support my work as you're supporting Breakfast Puppies, and it's been a pleasure talking with you today. Have a good one.
You've been listening to The Glitterbois, a Palladium Books fan podcast. Glitterbois, Rifts, the Megaverse, and all other such topics are the property of Kevin Siembieda and Palladium Books. Please buy all their stuff and help keep them in print and making more games. You can order directly at palladiumbooks.com, and their entire catalog is available digitally at Drive-Thru RPG as well. Our opening music is 8-Bit Bass and Lead by Furby Guy from freesound.org. This closing music is Caravana by Philip Gross, available at freemusicarchive.org. All sound effects used are self-made or acquired via Creative Commons Zero license. If you like what you have heard, find us on Twitter and Facebook as The Glitterbois. That's BOIS. And check us out online at breakfastpuppies.com/glitterbois. And also join us on the Breakfast Puppies Network Discord at breakfastpuppies.com/discord. And if you want to help us out, please spread the word and help us build a community. Thanks again for listening. We'll catch you next time.